What's going on, guys? It's Guru. Today I'm bringing you another mini analysis on Dreamhack Austin. This time it's Game 5, and we can see we've got OpTic versus FaZe. And so we're going to analyse how this fight went on, what could have been done better, what they should have done, what each team should have done better, and the mentalities of the teams going into this. So with that said, if you want to like the video, like it below. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch. Thank you for that. And here we go. Let's have a look what we've got. Okay, guys, so now we can see we're in game. I'm just going to watch how it plays out. So we see OpTic, we've got the 4 men, and with FaZe, we've got the 3 men. We've got Hagzetti, Mixi, and FuzzFace. FuzzFace is actually in a good position, split from his team, allowing him to give a bit of a crossfire for his teammates. So we see the circle's now about to pop, and it moves towards the southern side of the circle. FuzzFace is the only member in this circle that is in the circle, right, the new circle. So he needs to be holding that position and being really safe with it, making sure he doesn't go down, making sure that he can control the circle easily. So you can see that Mixi goes for a spray there, and unfortunately misses the majority of his spray, meaning that he couldn't get the kill. Getting a kill there would have been huge for the team fight, making it a lot easier for FaZe to rotate. And as I was just saying, FuzzFace can't go down here. It's vital he doesn't go down here, because he is the one anchoring the position for his teammates. His teammates can't rotate into this circle if he goes down, because FuzzFace can see every one of OpTic's positions as they move around the circle. And so what needs to happen here is FuzzFace just needs to hold it and just wait, because in 30 seconds when the circle starts moving, OpTic are going to have to run into him, and when they're running into him they're going to have less chance to be able to peek him easily and get an aggressive kill on him, because the blue will be pushing them out, doing a lot of damage. So FuzzFace should be just anchoring this position, holding by, waiting for aggressive pushes from OpTic. This is so that he can control the game a little bit. So I would like to see FuzzFace here not go down, not be peeking people too aggressively here. All he needs to be doing is just like sidestepping occasionally for some information, trying to get information, making sure no one's hard pushing him. And his teammates can also get that information for him. His teammates keep peeking over the ridge. They can get that information for him. He doesn't need to peek here. So unfortunately he's gone down. I don't know if it's a lack of smoke grenades that he has, because it would be nice if he had a smoke grenade covering him from maybe OpTic, Hera, and Hypoc, but I think there's Deflade there anyway, so I think he's covered from that angle. So I really think FaZe FuzzFace shouldn't have got knocked here, but as we can see, it now goes down to 2v4, and both FaZe members are outside of the circle and have a hideous rotation into this circle. So we'll continue playing it out. As you can see, yeah, Hagzetti and Mixi have a really nice ridge, but it's not in the circle, and there's not really much they can do here. Now, we can see that we now know it's a 2v4, and we can see FaZe are obviously not able to really look towards Valetti and FuzzFace's where FuzzFace is. Valiate, sorry, Valiate. My apologies. They're trying to focus on the 2 people that are near them on the other side of the hill. So what I'd like to see here, and we do know that OpTic Valiate, sorry, his name looks so weird. Has some smoke grenades, so he can start making a push into the circle. What I would like to see is Bahawaka and Valiate making a move towards FuzzFace and trying to take that position in the circle. There's absolutely no. What you'll see is there's absolutely no aggression. There's no sort of confidence from their team here. That they're all playing so passive. It's a 4v2. You've got 4 players, play 2 pairs. And anytime you get shot at, the other person in your pair should be finishing the other player. It should be a nice and easy split here. You need a 2-2 split. One needs to be pushed onto FuzzFace's position, and one needs to be holding this ridge where FaZe are playing. Well, if you do that, then it makes FaZe's rotation so much harder. They can't do anything if you've got people in 2 different positions here. And it means that if they start to focus on one team rather than the other team can start rotating into them and forcing a fight and coming in behind and flanking them. So we'll see how it goes. So Valiate has actually made it into the circle. He finishes off FuzzFace. So this is where I want to see Valiate now smoke and move into the circle where FuzzFace was playing. So where FuzzFace was playing was a great position. It was a simple tree, nice little bit of cover, and we know that both FaZe members are in exactly the same position, so he only needs to be covered from one angle, which is exactly what trees are for. I would also like to see Bahawaka come into this rock where Valiate is. So then you've got two people in the circle, one where Valiate is, and one where the tree was where FuzzFace is, and I'd like to see the 2 members of Hypoc and Hetrol to stay where they are, because what this would do is allow a nice pincer movement on FaZe and force them into a horrible play. However, as you can see, I think the concern of Valiate here is that the concern of running across the open field there while two FaZe members could potentially shoot him down. But as you can see, if we play the clip out, he does have a smoke grenade that he's about to pull out, I believe. And this is the misplay I think that went wrong here. He should have been placing this in the middle and making his run towards that tree line. His teammates should have been covering him with aggressive fire, because his teammates can shoot it. If FaZe can see him running for that tree, OpTic can see them. So it's important for OpTic there to be playing aggressive and trying to gain position in the circle aggressively. They need at least 2 people in the circle here so they can completely push FaZe out and gatekeep them. As you can see, there's really no aggression from OpTic here. No one's pushed up on them, no one's gone aggressive, no one's gone assertive. You've got 4 players against 2. It's all about aggression here, and I think OpTic were not very confident, not very unified, and they really need to put some more confidence in their game here. So if we carry on watching how it goes out, we can start to see that now FaZe have realised, okay, we're going to need lots of smoke grenades, so they find lots of the dead bodies that they killed earlier. And FaZe Mixie goes for an incredible play here, so this is a really, really smart play. We can see, they know that OpTic haven't pushed the tree where Fuzzface has taken, the one that I'd like OpTic to have taken here. So, FaZe Mixie, as we can see, if we roll the clip, he makes an aggressive move, there's a fair amount of deflate there, so it's hard to hit him, and he makes it into the Fuzzface tree that we were talking about earlier. This is the exact position I want Valiate to be in, because he would have a perfect angle on the FaZe guys to completely gatekeep them from the circle. So now that FaZe has got this position and OpTic are on the back foot, they've all got to push aggressively into the circle with no cover. OpTic have completely stunted themselves here because there's no cover for them to come into the circle, and they've just got to hope that they can win the 4v2 Angels with no cover. So this is where things get really interesting. So you need to watch carefully here and see how well this is played. So we know where Bahawaka and Valiate is, sorry, and we know where OpTic and Hetra is. So what we see here is FaZe Mixie pushes himself against this tree here, and then he peeks his right side, which means Bahawaka is lying down behind a smoke, so he's not going to be peeking. Valiate cannot see this, okay, and now there's a synchronized shot. Okay, so at this exact moment, Mixie is looking down at Hetra and Hypoc, and then at the same time, Haxeti is also looking down at Hypoc and Hetra. Sorry, I couldn't see the name here. So now they're doing a synchronized push. So they've turned this from a 4v2 into a 2v2. All they need to do, quick peek, 2 spray downs, and then they can knock it down to a 2v2. And we'll see this is exactly what they do. 1 spray down, 2 spray down, instant. Together unity. That is so important from a team there. We saw that they just did a very perfect double peek, both members only showing themselves to the people that they need to, and get a very quick rapid response. And that's what made this play so perfect. But there was a lot of mistakes from OpTic, but FaZe have really capitalised on this very perfectly. So we'll continue rolling the clip, and with these 2 people dead, they're outside the zone, they're just going to die. So now, again, there's no cover. Valiate is in a smoke cloud behind a rock. Bahawak is in the middle of Narnia, praying that this world is gonna let him live. So he goes for. So we can see he's just out in the open chilling. Haxeti takes some shots. Now this is where we see Haxeti's got no cover. So each team has 1 bit of cover. Valiate has a rock, and Muxie has the tree, and two of the people are just playing in smoke cover basically. And we can see that Bahawaka here, in a second, makes an aggressive push. Now, this is what I like to see. In this situation, you're going to have to play aggressive. There's no way you're going to win this out by just lying on the ground and praying to Jesus that you win this game. So we can see that when it switches over to Bahawaka in a second, Bahawaka puts in an aggressive play. Now, the reason this bit works is because, as you can see here, if he runs hard enough left, he will be covered from Mixie's tree by that smoke cloud that Haxeti has put out. So that is the play. That is the idea behind the play here. Run a little bit left and use a smoke cloud as cover from Mixie. So you can see, yeah, he runs straight across. Mixie's not peeking at this time, and you can see Haxeti kills Hetra at this exact same time. So at this point, Bahawaka should know exactly where Haxeti is, and he should be ready to take a spray duel with him and win it. However, he's just running out in the open, didn't even spot him, didn't even get a shot off. He was running full out. There's one thing you should never be doing while out in the open trying to run into an angel. You should never be sprinting. If you sprint into an angel, you will not be able to peek and shoot quick enough. Especially in a pro setting, these people are going to be shooting quickly and you're going to be dead. So, one thing I did like there, aggressive play. I think the play was right there from OpTic. They've got to be aggressive here. There's not much they can do about this. They need to get monopoly on the circle. They need to put some aggression in here. They need to take a bit of a thing out of FaZe's book here. We need to see some aggression, some really commitment to a fight here. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for Bahawaka, and now we're left with a 2v1. And from here, it's really quite simple. They finish. Valiate moves in the circle and they see him because he's moved at the same time as they're looking right at him. So as you can see, he moves and he's dead. So like I said, I think what won FaZe this was their commitment, their unity, their confidence, and they really just went aggressively into this, and that's what I wanted to see from OpTic. OpTic really played way too passively for this, and when you're in a 4v2 situation to win the game, you can't be having cold feet. You've got to be going in 2 feet. You've got to be diving head first. You've got to be in the zone and focusing. And I think, unfortunately for OpTic here, they just couldn't focus and get the confidence they needed to take this fight. So that's all I've got for this video. I'm going to pass you over to the mental fitness coach for Pittsburgh Knights, and he's going to give an analysis on how the mentality of these players was working and how it was working in their favour and against them, etc. So look forward to that.
Mental fitness analysis of round 5 of 12 from Dreamhack Austin. PUBG, we got FaZe going up against OpTic Gaming. The most exciting clip for me from the entire event at Dreamhack Austin. So we're going to do our best to remain objective, to not get sucked into the hype. As exciting as it was, I think it definitely represents what PUBG can stand for in terms of a spectator sport and growing the audience. You can even hear them in the background from the original clip. It was very, very exciting for everybody involved. So that being said, we're going to analyze this strictly, staying in my lane, from a mentality standpoint for both squads. It's a shorter clip. We're going to get through both. OpTic Gaming up first. You got a 4v2. You're in this scenario, if you are not feeling confident, then I don't know what scenario you're going to feel confident in. This is, by all means and measures, you have it in the bag, especially because the field is generally leveled. This is professional versus professional. It's not a squad of 4 amateurs against FaZe. There are other professionals, and they're damn well good as well. So you got a 4v2. You've got to be feeling confident heading into this thing. Just like a previous analysis that we did of them gatekeeping 2 different squads out of Severny. It's the same thing here. You've got to display calm, cool, and collective approach and mindset. Okay, you can't get scattered. You can't get frazzled. And again, not getting into the tactic because I'm unaware of that aspect of this game, and that's not my place to speak. To me, as an outsider, they look passive. Their behavior in the game looks not relaxed. It doesn't look calm and confident. It looks passive. It looks timid. It looks like, hey, we can't screw this one up. If you start speaking about not choking in your own brain, I assure you it's the fastest way to choke. Okay? You've got to combat that feeling with supreme confidence and negligence to that's even a possible scenario. Whether OpTic did that or not, I can't tell you. But when we see FaZe move around the circle, knock 2 players of OpTic and make it a 2v2, the mindset shifts for both sides. Momentum changes. Even though it's an even battle now, 2v2, the odds should still be 50-50, right? This isn't a coin flip. There are other factors involved. Mentality, mindset, confidence, all play a role. And I assure you that now OpTic has taken a big hit to their mentality, and FaZe has gained an advantage mentality. So if you're OpTic, it's not even playing field, but you were already playing passive or timid prior. Now, you're almost going to double down on that instinctively, unless the in-game leader or unless somebody steps up and takes control of the emotional storm that's happening on the team. Somebody's got to put everybody in their place. Everybody's got to get everybody settled down and get to work. If that doesn't happen within about 5 seconds, the 2 remaining players will play extremely passive and not play their game. And everybody knows when you don't play your game and you play passively, especially in a scenario like this, you are going to choke. Now, flip side of the coin, FaZe. FaZe goes in 2v4. You got nothing to lose, boys. Nothing to lose whatsoever. Big underdog. You're supposed to get second place. They may run a tactic that they normally wouldn't. Maybe a little crazy, maybe not. Maybe it was a stroke of genius. But regardless, They came up with a decision. They executed upon it, survived, got in the game. They didn't give up. They weren't playing scared. They didn't play reserved. They had nothing to lose, and it showed. Now, when they get 2 knocks and it becomes a 2v2, things change. They take the driver's seat. In their own heads, they're saying, oh, here we go. Now we got it. Now we got it. They're on the ropes. And they storm back and eventually finish both of the players without losing another person. And they go 2v4 with 2 guys remaining standing. So again, to wrap up, folks, if you're in a pressure situation on both sides, if you're on the side that is heavily out, essentially, if you're on the downside of the scenario, you got nothing to lose. Play your ass off. Make the best of your scenario. Maybe be a little bold, maybe be a little aggressive. You can catch them off guard, do something crazy. And if you're OpTic, you got to play your game. 4v2, it's a numbers game. There is nothing to be afraid of. I don't care if they're the best 2 players in the world. You can't play timid. You can't play scared. You got to go after them. Get them. Play your game. Who knows? Maybe I'm completely ignorant. Maybe their whole strategy was to be a little more reserved. Probably going to be the wrong strategy, isn't it, boys?